We often get emails from teachers requesting the Flynt-Cooter kit. So you will notice that the Flynt-Cooter is not a kit the way the DRA is a kit, or the LSDK, or even the whhile. The Flynt-Cooter is just a spiral-bound manual. Just like other diagnostic reading assessment tools, the Flynt-Cooter has an array of subtests, such as it has an initial consonants subtest, it has a blending sound subtest, the letter naming test, and also the phonics test. But the most useful subtests in the Flynt-Cooter for us are the reading passages, the leveled reading passages, and also the comprehension assessments that follow. So you're probably wondering at this point, where does the Flynt-Cooter diagnostic assessment fit in with the Wechsler Fundamentals Academic Assessment, the whhile? The Flynt-Cooter comes after you've administered the whhile. While the whhile gives us a reading grade level, an equivalent grade level, and it tells us that the student is reading way below their actual grade level. It doesn't tell us why they're reading at that level. It doesn't tell us, what problems they have, what challenges they have. It doesn't actually tell us what their strengths are. So without this precise information about students' strengths and challenges, very difficult for teachers to plan instruction. If a student is reading significantly below grade level, how are they supposed to read the textbooks or access the content for the courses they're taking? And this is why we use a diagnostic assessment tool like the Flynt-Cooter. By listening to the student read aloud an appropriate leveled reading passage, the teacher is able to learn all kinds of information about strategies the student uses when they're reading, their decoding skills, their rate of reading, their fluency, their prosody, and so on. And with this very valuable information, the teacher is now able to plan for instruction. There are 4 sets of reading passages from K to 9, to grade 9. 2 sets of narrative and 2 sets of expository. So you'll find them under the heading of form. So there's a form A, narrative, form B, also narrative, form C, expository, and form D, expository. And each set of passages comes with a set of protocols. So the examiner's protocols, which has all of the questions that the teacher will ask about the passage that the student has read. So what the teacher is going to do is they're going to select from one of these sets a reading passage that reflects the grade level that the student achieved in word reading on the whhile. So in this case, this student achieved 3:9. So the teacher is going to select a grade 4, because it's very close to grade 4, a grade 4 reading passage from one of the 4 sets. Whatever passage the student did not choose can be used as a follow-up assessment at a later date. As the student is reading the passage aloud, ideally the read is being recorded.
Coca-Cola. Lots of people all over the world have heard of the soft drink called Coca-Cola, but not many people know the real story about how this drink was invented.
Later on, the teacher can play back the recording of the read as many times as they need to listen carefully to the read and do a thorough analysis. During this analysis, the teacher is going to be looking at the miscues or reading errors that the student made in 100 words. So if you notice here, I've marked off 100 words starting in the 2nd paragraph and ending there in the 3rd paragraph. If the student makes less than 5 errors in these 100 words, then this is considered independent reading level, and the teacher can now go ahead and conduct the comprehension protocols with the student. If the analysis, however, reveals that the passage is too difficult, so the student has made more than 5 errors, or too easy, then the teacher is now going to either drop down a grade or go up a grade until they find that independent reading level, that comfortable independent reading level for the student. Once the Flynt-Cooter has been administered and the results have been analyzed, the teacher is now able to put in place the supports and the instruction that a student needs to be able to access the course content they're not able to read independently. It also gives the teacher information about the literacy interventions that may be needed to improve their literacy acquisition. Before I finish this segment, I just want to point out something that's extremely important. Even though we do have students occasionally who read from kindergarten to grade 3 level, we do not administer the kindergarten to grade 3 Flynt-Cooter assessments on our intermediate or senior students, as they're completely inappropriate. We have other assessments that are more appropriate to administer to students, to intermediate and senior students who are reading kindergarten to grade 3. In the next video, we'll go into details about how to administer and score the Flynt-Cooter and how to look at next steps for supporting students' literacy. So thanks for watching this video, and we'll see you next time.